So we got the Panzer tyre insert, Panzer Evo. This thing weighs about 100 grams. They say 95, give or take. So let's go with 95, 100 grams. It's a fixed piece. It's obviously glued in one section, so it's glued there, but it's bonded properly. Looks killer. Very robust, strong. It kind of feels like pool noodle material. Like if I get too much cuts, too many hits, it's just going to peel off and deteriorate. But it will create a lot of protection. It feels really, really dense, quite firm. Probably firmer than a cush core, I'd say. As firm, at least. But the cush core is more of a sealed material, so it'll be interesting to see if this actually sucks up sealant or not. I'm assuming it doesn't. The Panzer guys, yeah, they're pretty confident with their stuff. So this is the newest iteration. They say it's 15% lighter than the standard Panzer, so and stronger. So let's see how it goes in. I'm going through the same process as I always do when I'm putting the cush core in, putting thick, hard to insert tyre inserts. So what I've done is I put the tyre on completely, pumped it up, and so the bead's completely sealed on one side, or it's completely sealed on both sides, and then I pop the bead on one side, on this side, open it up completely, and now I'm going to feed the insert into the tyre. Now the reason I set the bead up, which I've already spoken about in my cush core install, I set that bead up on that side to give me the maximum amount of room to manipulate this insert into the tyre, into the gap, and then onto the rim. With the bead sitting in the well of the rim, it makes it real hard to get things like this in. So I've cleaned the tyre. I'm going to use the Panzer tubeless sealant as well. I'm going to give that stuff a crack and see if it's any good. But for now, let's just get him installed and see. It's quite a tight fit around the rim. I've had it sitting on a spare rim for a bit. So now is the process of just feeding it in, feeding it onto that rim well. Really not that much different to putting a tube in. So I'm kind of rolling forward with this hand over here. I'm rolling forward, and then I'm grabbing and I'm pulling the insert into the tyre. So that's the bottom half is in. Now it's going to be a matter of just trying to stretch this onto the rim. Roll him over. Almost there. Look at that. Super simple install. Very easy, and it's tight on the rim. I like that. So, first of all, spot on to Panzer for making an insert that fits in well and is tight to the rim and is not really hard to put on. So if I didn't do that bead trick, if I didn't have this side of the tyre on the bead, it would have been a little harder. Not much harder, I don't think, I would assume, but probably a little bit harder. And now it's just a matter of massaging this side's bead into the gap. And again, I'm not just pushing it in, I'm rolling forward. I'm rolling forward to get as much of this slack as I can down here, and then I'm pulling up to get it right underneath that insert. Super simple, very effective. Now I'll put the tubeless sealant in, and we'll seal her up and see how it goes. There we go, Panzer tubeless sealant. Latex and ammonia free. Might be good. How you going, Sevy? A bit sore. Come here. You're a bit sore, aren't you? Come here. Old Sev's a bit sore. He's limping around. Just old retired man. Anyway, back to it. It's 125 mil, and I say YOLO. Put the lot in. It's a yellow sealant, giving it a good shake. It looks like melted banana ice cream, like a banana paddle pop. It's quite thin, quite watery, runny. Similar to Stan's, I guess. Probably even runnier. Looks even runnier. But they say it's good. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe when this tyre's dead, if I don't cut it and don't get any chance to really test that sealant, I might just put a hole in it and see if it seals up right at the end of the test. See if we're onto a winner with this sealant. Don't tell me I don't have bike shop hands. Going reaching for the lever. Now generally, if you can get the bead right in on into the well of the rim bed, there we go. It should make doing this by hand not overly difficult. Some rims are tighter than others, but for the most part, if you get everything right, it shouldn't be too hard. And we're in. So I'm going to massage this around. I'm going to get the bead into where it needs to be, and I'm going to massage the insert around to make sure it's sitting central, no whack weird spots. Now this tyre doesn't have a wobble, doesn't have the Maxxi's wobble or anything like that. So once I pump it up, we'll be able to see whether the insert is going to create a wobble up the front here, because it takes up quite a bit of space. Also, once you've done this, obviously you can see I've made a little bit of a mess with sealant around here. Just clean it off. Just clean it off, and clean it off of your rotor as well, because there's a chance you got it on the rotor. Also, on a side note, I got a new handlebar to test. Well, not to test, I wanted to buy it. It's definitely on test, but it's a 5-degree up sweep, 7-degree back sweep. Tag metals. I'm going to cut them down to 750 or 760, chuck them on the slash, and see how it compares to the 4 and 9 sweep of the Bontrager bar, which I don't think I like, but I've spent a fair bit of time on it now, and I've kind of found a good position for it and feel comfortable on it. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously super easy to pump up with a standard pump, being that the insert's already pushing the tyre up against the bead kind of. Let her pop, it's almost there. And we'll give it a spin. There she goes. Straight as an arrow, no wobble, no nothing, just straight. So Panzer, so far so good. We'll see how it goes in the front.